Realtors Private Limited versus R Karnataka, again, in which he has approached the advanced ruling authority. Advanced ruling authority has not given the satisfactory answer, and he has then approached the appellate authority for advanced ruling. The underlying question was with respect to the eligibility of the input tax credit. This is again very good judgment. Not with respect to the SSC, but you can think about how the analysis can be carried out by the tax officer. He has constructed developing the shopping mall. The applicant is developing the shopping malls, which include the hypermarket, multiplex cinema, etc. Applicant has purchased the goods and services for installation of chillers, air handling units, lift, escalator, mechanical car park, indoor-outdoor surveillance system, CCTV, DG set, transformer, electrical wiring, fixtures, PHE, firefighting, water management, etc. He has installed particular following items. The question before the advanced ruling, whether he can take the ITC or it will be in the block category. So that, as usual, the department is given it is that R is of the opinion that it is in the block category. He has moved the same matter again to the appellate authority for advanced ruling. By reading the section 17.5D and the first you tell me 17.5C and 17.5D. I like to highlight 17.5C and 17.5D. Can you help me? What is the difference between 17.5C and 17.5D? Very interesting to analyze this point. आप लोग हैं? मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर? आर यू देयर? What is 17.5? Let's talk one another question. What is 17.5? Because if you will not understand the difference between these two clauses, I will not be explained fully this particular advanced ruling. You all are agree, sir, this is block credit. 17.5 is the block credit. There are multiple line items in which the clause C and the clause D are talking about. Clause C is talking about work contract service with respect to the construction of immovable property. Am I right? And clause D is talking about the goods or services with respect to the construction of immovable property. Same. Where it is the important word is there, except ITC would be eligible except when input services for making the same nature. Means if you are providing the same nature of outward supply, you are entitled to take the ITC. For example, I am Larsen and Toubro and my outward supply is works contract. My inward supply, if I have given the contract, if I have given the subcontract any work, so the person, my subcontractor will raise the bill to me for work contract service. Can I take the ITC? Answer is being given 17.5C. Yes, I am eligible to take the ITC. Why I am eligible to take the ITC? Because it is in the exception nature. Let's read 17.5D. It is talking about goods or services with respect to the construction of immovable property. Try to differentiate between these two. I can simply say that clause C, I need to construct one building. So for this construction, I have the two options. One, I can outsource to any party. Say for example, I outsource to L&T. Complete work I have outsourced to L&T. What L&T will do? L&T will raise the bill to me of work contract service. Perfect. Second option, I'll individually buy the goods, buy the services. I'll individually buy the component which is required, raw material, anything, and I'll take the hiring of the labor, and then I'll construct at my own. Now I'm using the word at my own. These words are important to understand this advanced ruling. So that is why I'm again explaining at my own. So we can say the 17.5C is talking about something outsourced for which you are receiving the bill of work contract. Again, underlying item is construction for immovable property. Clause D is talking about goods or services which you procure and you are using for the construction of immovable property. Perfect. Perfect. What is the exception? It means same nature. You can say here no exceptions. Here no exceptions. But point to be noted, and I think you all are remember that in all these both point, the plant and machinery has been excluded. Other than plant and machinery, it means if you are incurring the expenditure for plant and machinery, ITC would definitely be allowed. Am I right? If your underlying expenditure is somehow proved that it is for plant and machinery, ITC would be allowed. Whether it is capitalized, not capitalized, you purchase the goods, or whether you're given the work contract services. I hope now you all understand what is the difference between C and D and what is the exception to this category. Correct? Now I'm moving to the judgment. So might be if you will go into the deeper reading, then you will find one word, that plant and machinery. In 17.5D, the plant or machinery is written. In 17.5C, the plant and machinery is written. And in the explanation, again, the word plant and machinery is written. So it may create the difference or it may not create the difference. The time will come. The time will tell in future, not now. So that is okay. Just going to the main part of the particular judgment. Let's read. 17.5D, ITC shall not be available in respect of the clause D, that is goods or services or both received by a taxable person for construction of an immovable property other than plant and machinery on his own account, including when goods or services are used in the course of furtherance of business. Perfect. The explanation which define the word plant and machinery, it means any apparatus, equipment, machinery fixed to the earth, underline, fixed to the earth by foundation or structural support. Fixed to the earth by foundation or structural support. So please tell me, if I like to take the ITC by 17.5D, what I have to prove? What I have to prove if I like to take the ITC? I have only one point. If I prove that my item, my expenditure is on account of the plant and machinery, then I would be allowed to take the ITC in 17.5D. Kindly confirm yes or no. If I like to take the ITC under 17.5D, I have to prove that my expenditure is on account of the plant and machinery. Then I would be allowed. Otherwise, there is no point. Otherwise, there is no point in 17.5D in which I can take the ITC. Perfect. Yes, only plant and machinery. Great. Now that is why I'm trying to explain again in detail the 17.5D. What is the meaning of the plant and machinery? Any apparatus, equipment, machinery fixed to the earth by foundation or structural support that are used for making the outward supply of the goods or services or both, and include such foundation and structural support, but exclude, what is the exclusion? Land, building or any other civil structures. This is important. Okay, telecommunication tower or pipeline led outside the factory premises. But if any civil structure is there, can you consider the same as a plant and machinery? Answer is no. So the department might be prove that either your underlying item is not the plant and machinery, or it is something civil structure, that is why it is not the plant and machinery. So let's read each and every component. Let's read each and every component. So the first component we'll discuss each and every component we'll discuss. The chiller, AHU, indoor outdoor CCTV, electric firing fixtures, PHE, firefighting, water management pump, etc. does not appear to be the apparatus, equipment, machinery. Does not appear to be apparatus, equipment, machinery which are fixed to the earth, Why they are giving stress, so much of stress in the fixed to the earth? Why they are giving so much stress to the fixed to the earth? Because this is one of the condition of the plant and machinery. Are you agree with me? The plant and machinery, it means any apparatus, equipment, etc., which are fixed to the earth, which are attached to the earth. They are saying does not appear to be the apparatus, machinery which are fixed to the earth. The appellant has also not submitted any information as to how these items are getting embedded to the earth. Since the criteria for terming the plant and machinery is they have to be fixed to the earth, either foundation or structural support. In the absence of the such information, they does not qualify as plant and machinery, but are items which are procured for the purpose of construction, ITC not allowed. Okay, let's move to another item. Lift, escalator, traveler, water treatment, sewage treatment, HSD yard, mechanical car parking, DG set, transformer are fixed to the earth with structural support. They qualify as the plant and machinery. Now you try to understand. Now they are saying it is plant and machinery. Any doubt in this? Because it is attached to the earth. Therefore, they are saying the plant and machinery. Now let's see how they are saying you are not eligible to take the ITC. This is very important analysis, which I like to draw your kind attention. The department has accepted this plant and machinery, but they have rejected the ITC. How they have rejected? And he has asked the information. Department has asked the informations that who is doing the installation of the such item. So the department has asked to the applicant, please confirm who is doing the installation. Either you will do the installation or some other party will do the installation, right? Document submit kiya. He has submitted the document. And with the document, it appears that supply of the lift or installation at the projects at the applicant are done by the vendor Otis, because normally we cannot construct the lift. Very technical. So has given the outsource. He has outsourced the contract to the Otis. So he will not be hit by the restriction imposed under 17.5D since they are engaged in the construction of the lift, escalator, traveler, which qualify as the plant and machinery. However, now they have divided in two parts. Please note, they have divided in two parts. They are talking about the OTS and they are talking about the applicant. Now, department is saying it is plant and machinery, there is no doubt. Who is supplying OTS? Who is constructing OTS? So they are saying that for the purpose of the OTS, he would be entitled to take the ITC. Why? Because he himself purchased the goods or services and he is constructing that particular item which is immovable property, and he would be entitled to take the ITC. But what is the answer to the applicant? The applicant will not be eligible. Why not eligible? Because the tax paid on such procurement, since the applicant is not doing the installation of the lift, escalator, traveler. Why it is important? Kindly think again. I have told 17.5D. Yes, one second. 17.5D. In the 17.5D, we have told that I have purchased the individually goods, individually services, and I am doing the constructions, and I am doing the construction of that particular item. If item is not the plant and machinery, perfect, then ITC would be disallowed. Or if the plant and machinery, it would be allowed, but you would be involved in the construction. Are you agree with me? So the department is saying not allowed to take the ITC on the lift, escalator, and travelator. And similar reasoning has been given to the car parking systems. This is the answer. My counter question to them. You tell me, are you agree with me? Now my counter question to them. Sir, you are removing from the 17.5D. Perfectly okay, because I have not purchased the goods, I have not purchased the services, and I'm not doing the construction. Fully agree with you. But will it not be classified in the 17.5C? Will it not be classified in the 17.5C? Work contact service? Now let's try to understand. Work contact service is covered in the 17.5C? Yes, it is covered in the 17.5C. But department is of view that exclusion or ITC eligibility only for the same nature of business. Are you providing the work contact service outward supply? No, sir. I am providing the rental services. I'm providing the rental services. So the department is of view that even you are not entitled to take the ITC in 17.5C. Are you agree with me? This sentence, again, I like to quote one more part. This is understandable to all. So the department is rejecting because I am not doing the construction. The department is rejecting because I am not engaged in the same nature of business. My point, my last point, sir, if I'm engaged in the same nature of business, you will allow me to take the credit of work contact services. But please note one thing, 17.5C and 17.5D, both are excluding the plant and machinery. For plant and machinery, even I'm doing the capital, even I'm doing the construction at my own, or I have outsourced to some person, in both the cases, it is immaterial whether I'm providing the same nature of services or not. I would be entitled to take the ITC. Are you agree with me? That this particular restriction is not applicable on the plant and machinery, but somehow they have interpreted in the manner and they have told that it is applicable. Again, repeating the last part, say for example, Otis, that is okay. For Otis, that is okay. Even I can say, is it for Otis? Sir, you tell me, OTS would be list bother about, he will not fall in the 17.5. Please think, in 17.5 C and D, they are talking about the capitalization. They are talking about the capitalization. So think about the OTS whose nature of business is same. Will they capitalize the expenditure? Will they capitalize the expenditure? They will never capitalize the expenditure. It is the inventory item for them. If it is inventory, then why they are required to look into 17.5 COD? They are not required to look into the 17.5 COD. It is for the purpose, it is for those type of the SSC who are doing the capitalizations. But in this capitalization, again 17.5 C and D, both are excluding plant and machinery. So department is saying you have not constructed at your own, you have given the outsource to another person. So it is out of D, perfectly okay. It is out of C because you are not providing the same nature. कुल मिला के मना करना है, कुल मिला के मना करना है. But they are not trying to understand that plant and machinery in both the section, it will be excluded. So none of the condition is applicable to the plant and machinery. If you are agree that it is a plant and machinery, ITC would 100% be allowed. From my side, it is completed and there are more expenditure that it has been incurred. So installation of HSD yard will not be eligible to take the credit because again, it is done by the vendor, not by the applicant. Water treatment plant and sewerage treatment plant, they can be seen from the photograph that it is the part of the civil structure. Again, if it is civil structure, it will not be considered as a plant and machinery. ITC not allowed. DG set at the transformer, they are procured as independent item. Installation become part of the civil structure. Immovable property not allowed. Finally, what is the decision of the AAR? AAR I'm talking about. R has rejected. R has given the, you are not allowed to take the ITC. AAR has given again saying that we uphold the order of the advanced ruling authority and appeal filed by the applicant are dismissed on all accounts. It means final answer is no ITC. That I've already discussed.